Favorite things to do while I'm traveling is definitely to eat, and I've been to like 40 countries now, and 30 of those are in Europe. So today I'm going to talk to you about the favorite countries, my favorite countries in Europe for eating really, really well. First off, I'm definitely going to say Spain. I remember when I was in Barcelona for the first time, I was a little kid, I was like 10, and I couldn't stop eating tapas. And the thing with tapas is like they're really small. So if you're really going for a meal and you're really, really hungry, it gets kind of expensive to eat a lot of them, but regardless of the price, it's really, really good, and it's great to just like slowly eat things. You can order a tapa, you can eat it, and then you can order another one and another one, and it's a really good way to like spend 1, 2, 3 hours eating. It's very funny because people start eating quite late there. I feel like a dinner starts at like 9, 10, and everything in Spain is just a little bit slower, and the vibe is definitely very good. And then last time I was there, it was in April. I went to a tapa place in Barcelona, which was incredible. The name is Quimet e Quimet. I'm going to write it down here for you guys. It's definitely a place I recommend. And then in Madrid, I ate some Spanish tortillas or something like that, which are also really, really good. Both of them were actually recommendations by locals. So any country you go to, honestly, try to find a local, or if you know a local before you go, just ask them for food recommendations. It's always, always worth it. Second, I'm definitely going to say Poland. I feel like Polish food is a little bit underrated. It was really, really good when I was there. And again, I was lucky enough to have a local who just guided me around when I was in Warsaw. When I was in Krakow, I didn't try to eat as well. Just I went to just basic stuff. So it wasn't a particularly memorable experience. But then in Warsaw, it was really close to my birthday, so I was treating myself to like really good food every day, and that was like really, really nice. They have some dumplings there that they don't call dumplings, and they have other types of like food that's a little bit more Eastern European vibe. You can find goulash as well, and it's all very well made. And then the fact that it doesn't use the euros does make prices go like a little bit lower, and so your money goes a bit further there. So I would definitely recommend going to Warsaw or maybe to Krakow if you want a little bit of a different vibe, but still very, very good food. Third, I'm gonna say Romania, and God, did I eat well in Romania! It was amazing. I went to Brasov, and there was a typical Romanian food restaurant there, which is pretty much just like huge pork ribs with a bunch of other stuff I didn't know. It was absolutely delicious. I feel like the more east you go in Europe, the better you get your meat. Honestly, I mean, obviously, for example, if you go to Italy, to Spain, it's very good food, but it's not meat, and I kind of like that. I also ate goulash there in Bucharest, I think, and there was another thing I ate in Bucharest. I can't quite remember, but every single meal I had in Romania was very, very good. And again, they don't use the euros, so it is a little bit cheaper. I feel like, yeah, probably in Romania I ate a little bit fancier than Poland, but it turned out to be about the same price. So probably if I ate at about the same level of fanciness as in Poland, Romania would have been a little bit cheaper as well. And again, I was with a local who showed me around. So again, common spot for all the countries you go to. Find a local who's willing to take you to good restaurants, because that really, really makes a difference. Next up, obviously, I couldn't not talk about it. Italy. It's probably the most famous country in the world for food, and it's true. The thing with Italy that was really amazing to me is I was probably in over 15 different cities there. I was living there for a bunch of months. I was living in different cities as well, and I never ate a bad pizza, and I ate a lot of pizza. Multiple pizzas, let's call it that. And I never ate a bad pizza. It was always good. The tomato sauce was always just right. The toppings, the cheese, they were always amazing. And then of course every other dish of pasta that I ate was amazing. But then also, for example, in Milan, I think just after New Year's, I had a very fancy restaurant that I went to, and I had an amazing, amazing dish of. I don't even know what it was. I think it was tenderloin or something like that, like a tender meat, and it was so good. It was so good. In Rome as well, I also had meat. It was a different kind. I don't remember, but yeah, if you go to Italy and you think it's just pasta, it really is not just pasta. And then one thing I'll say about Italy is their hot chocolate is like the best. When I had hot chocolate, for example, in the Baltics, it was just a thin, like it was pretty much milk with a little bit of chocolate. That's not what hot chocolate is meant to be. In Italy, it's a dense kind of darker chocolate, so it's a little bit less sweet, and it's almost like it is liquid, but it's almost as if it weren't liquid, and it really gives you a much stronger taste. It's darker. It's just much better in pretty much everything. So yeah, Italian is really do know how to make their food. And now, last, I'm gonna talk about two honorable mentions that I think people treat unfairly. First off is the UK. People talk shit about food in the UK, but I'm gonna tell you that I actually like it. Like, it's very basic. I like my fish and chips. You know, it was very nice. Yorkshire pudding, it's amazing. I love Yorkshire pudding with gravy. There's some meat as well. I don't know. I don't remember. Normally, it's the roast of the day. You know, when you order the roast of the day, and it's just like good meat, Yorkshire pudding, couple of vegetables, gravy. It always works out. It's always decent, you know. And the fish and chips also, it's always decent. So I feel like people get bored because it's kind of basic, but the food itself, I didn't find it bad at all, to be fair. And then the second country I'm going to talk about is, as a bonus, is Switzerland. And the reason I'm going to talk about Switzerland is it's not a country you would go to a restaurant in, like especially because it's really expensive. But I think it's not a country people think a lot when they think of like going to a restaurant. But the quality of Swiss food is insane. The quality of Swiss cheese, chocolate, everything you buy in the supermarket. Like, I went there with a friend, and it was our first time in Switzerland. It was his first time in Switzerland. It was my first time in Switzerland in a very, very long time. I went to the supermarket, and it's incredible the quality difference, even to other like very developed countries like France, Germany, and Italy. You go to a supermarket in Switzerland, it's really, really impressive. It's very, very expensive as well. And yeah, if you eat fondue, if you eat, there's a dish I ate, which is like, I don't know, it's kind of like dumplings with bacon on it and something like that. And it was Swiss for some reason. And then obviously raclette. I was lucky enough to be in the house of people who lived in Switzerland for 15 years, and they knew how to do all those dishes. So I got all of them homemade, and it was some of the best dishes I had in all of Europe.